And we're back here, second hour main event, having some fun on this Wednesday. Right, it's depressing with the Diamondbacks, Cardinals camp. We're just waiting practice this morning.
Full pads, Steve.
LaFleur had his pre-practice press conference at 8:30 this morning. We found out Jeremiah Love is not going to play tomorrow night in this game as well.
Oh, Steve.
Why are you
going to watch tomorrow?
Hold on. So LaFleur can announce that Love isn't going to play, but he can announce Beck is going to. Again, weird. You coaches usually announce these things, not the social media side. But folks, don't forget, follow us live on TME Media AZ on YouTube. Right now, we're live every day, 8 to 10 a.m. On demand after that on YouTube. Of course, over on Rumble, rumble.com/user/TME Media. Favorite podcast systems. As soon as we're done, we get it posted there as well. For those of you that would rather listen to it, text us 623-252-6670. Of course, at TME Sports Show on X. Hit us up there as well. Join the YouTube chat like everybody does as well. Hit us up there. And Dale, we were leaving last hour, and we're talking about helicopter rides and getting around and all of that stuff, because we're going to get Dale a helicopter ride to Royal Rumble next year in Glendale to get him there and buy him the ticket. And you can even bring a guest, like I said. It'll be fun. And then Dale wants to tell us a story about travel one time. Dale, story time with Dale.
Well, I've been on a helicopter a couple times. I did the weather in Dallas back when they used to do the weather.
They don't do weather
helicopter.
anymore?
No,
they
I mean traffic.
Traffic, yeah. They flew. That's why I was making funny. I was like, don't you mean traffic? Yeah, you flew around the helicopter in traffic.
Yeah, and I got to do that one morning.
Did you actually report on it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, back up at I-35 heading north. And
we see there's an accident on the I-14. We're going to go over there and fly over it and check it out. We'll report to you here in 10 minutes on Traffic's on the 10s.
I didn't sound like that. Much more sophisticated.
It's all his Dale's talking. So Dale, as you talk, I'm gonna do that helicopter noise.
Yeah. and I went over Hawaii and the beaches there and all that stuff. So
that's a beautiful helicopter, right?
Yeah. But the Arkansas story. So freshman year, we're going there last game of the season.
SMU.
SMU playing Arkansas. We're playing for the Southwest Conference Championship. So we go to the airport, Love Field, on Friday, and they take us out to the tarmac. And there's 3 prop planes.
Yeah. It's not a long trip from Dallas to Fayetteville.
No, it's not, but it's a very small, but it'd be about a 10-hour bus ride.
Oh, okay.
And so they're flying
flight.
us, and I believe it's Fayetteville. Little Rock's a bigger city, but Fayetteville, you can't land a jet. So they have to break us up into 3 prop planes.
And they go by weight too, right?
Are you going to let me tell the story?
No, I'm just saying.
So we get off the bus and go out there, and there's a scale. And you literally get on the scale.
I stepped on your story. That's hilarious.
300 pounds, that plane. 300 pounds, this plane. 300 pounds, that plane. It just rotated, because if all the linemen got on the one plane and on the one side, you'd be leaning.
Yeah, so. They're going in. Those are on prop planes. So on the helicopters, though, did you have to pay for 2 seats like I did in Hawaii?
Never had to, Steve. Not with this skinny frame.
Back then, I only weighed like 250 back then, too. It wasn't like I was like humongous. It also was a size issue. Like, I'm tall, and like so my knees, like, I need some room. I'm wide. I'm wide. I have birthing hips, I guess.
Got big head.
What? Head's not the problem, Dale. My shoulders are more of this problem. Stuff like that. Really, how did you not do it? Maybe I should have argued some more about that.
Nobody's ever yelled at me to go down to the next level to get my T-shirt.
Yeah, they did that. Did I tell that story on there for the Father's Day game this year? The lady, I did tell it on there, and she hands it to us, and she goes, "If you need to exchange it, you go over here." She handed it to me, but she said quietly, if you need to exchange it, you go to this section. I appreciated that instead of yelling it from hundreds of feet away as I was walking in.
Hey, Tubby, you're down a level.
From 200 feet away.
Look around.
Yeah, exactly. I
Who are you
look behind me.
talking to?
I look behind me and be like, he's talking to you. And the guy's like, I weigh 80 pounds. I'm like, he's talking to you, guy. I don't know. Pay attention to him.
Oh.
Yeah. Robert says helicopters are scary. They don't glide down if there's an issue. They just fall out of the sky. It's actually fascinating. They will, because the rotors will still spin as long as you have air flowing through them. And then you can still control it. Where you see them fall out of the sky is like when something breaks off or something.
Right.
Which is, by the way, the same thing about an airplane. If something breaks off an airplane, you're just saying.
Brooke always wants to be in the front, and I say...
Of the airplane or the
yeah,
helicopter?
Of the airplane.
Yeah, well, first class, Dale.
And I said, you know what? If the plane crashes, we're all going down.
That's the thing. It's like doesn't matter. You never see a plane backing into a mountain. I used to have somebody that would say that to me all the time. He goes, I always sit in the back of the plane. It's like, why do you sit in the way back? You never heard of a plane backing into a mountain. And I'm like, I've also never heard of the back of a plane not collide with the mountain if the front does. I watched that movie Alive. They all crashed at that point. Yeah. So. But that's funny, man, to take those prop planes to
Fayetteville,
Arkansas. Yeah. Well, also that airport, I'm sure, is not.
Well, that's what
back
I'm saying.
then, I'm not sure Fayetteville, but you were landing 737s in Fayetteville back then and stuff like that. Which didn't exist back then, by the way. Probably would have been a DC-10 or something. And stuff. Yeah, but no, that's the best part about it, man. It's like the time I went, we were on a cruise and we did, what's the thing where you sit on the thing and it's zip line and there's a weight limit of 250. And I was like right there. I was like in shape. I was back when I cared. And I didn't give up on life yet back then. And I was like 249 and I'm on this thing watching this scale. And it's like this big scale too, Dale. So everybody can see it. And I'm just like, don't be over it. Don't be over it. How embarrassing. I'm going to be over it. I was like 249 and a half. I didn't eat breakfast that morning. I was so paranoid about it. I was like running beforehand, trying to sweat it off. 249 and a half. It was right there for everybody to see it. And I'm like, what? Like, why does everybody have to see this? Isn't there like a back room you can take me to so when I fail on this?
See, I've been to those places. We were down in Puerto Vallarta, and the whole family wanted to go, and it was 250. I was 280.
Yeah.
And Brooke goes, oh, you're close enough.
Yeah.
I said, I'm close enough if I'm standing on the ground to lie.
Yeah.
Not 100 feet up in the air.
Well, that was the thing. Nobody thought I weighed 250 back then, because I was in shape. And so everybody always thought I weighed like, low 200s, like 225 or something like that, 220. And I didn't. So I could have lied, like you said, but the second there's a scale there, it's like, yeah, there's no lying on that. I'm like trying to like a foot off of it a little bit, like on the ground a little bit.
I'm not messing when I got to be up in the air.
But it was fun. Then that was fun. You like went out over the bay. I think it was Haiti.
Well, look at you.
I think it was Haiti.
The life you've lived.
Right across the bay there and everything. It was fun.
It's funny when you talk about the scale right there in front of everybody. In Buffalo, it used to be one of those grain scales to where you step on. It started zero and it go around.
That's what this was in Haiti too. It was like this big circular thing. Yeah, that's what it was.
It goes 0 to 300. We had this guy named Howard Ballard. We call him House or Hotel. And he would go 0 to 300, and then there's a space about big
and
at the bottom, and it go around to like 10.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm 310.
Yeah, and that meant something.
It's like 310, but what about those
the
25 pounds in between?
That meant something.
Yeah.
Those dots meant something.
Yeah.
When you do it and stuff like that. I know somebody that played D1 college. I worked with them at an old company. I played D1 college football, and he would go to this weight loss place just to keep it, because he's a big dude to begin with, Samoan type guy, right? Just big guy to begin with, but he's trying to keep his weight manageable and stuff like that. So every time he went to this weight loss place, he had to go next door to the gym and get on their scales because the weight loss place couldn't handle his weight. He looked like he was like if he would have told you he was 300, you would have questioned it. He looked lighter than that, but he was weighing in at like 360, 370. But just built
Really?
and stuff. But yeah, you always had to go next door to the gym and get weighed in on one of those like hand ones because the weight loss place didn't have. And I was just like, dude, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, man. It's embarrassing. I wouldn't do it.
Is that the guy you said reminded you of me?
No, no. But I mean, you never look. He'd tell you his weight, and you'd just be like, "There's no way you weigh that much," and stuff like that. But it was just funny. And I'm always like, I wouldn't do it, man. I wouldn't walk next door and ask to use their scale. I just wouldn't.
I'm too big for their scale. Can I use yours?
You got that one scale with the things that you push across type of a thing on top of it. Oh my goodness, having some fun here as well. But Dale, I call plays all the time. College football, 27. I've been calling plays on that. Me and Ethan are 1-1 on the season, playing each other here and everything. And I do a pretty good job of it.
Okay.
All right.
This is interesting because I've not seen this.
For the home opener coming up for Akron, University of Akron, home opener. They're going to let one fan serve as the offensive coordinator of the game. Here you go. One lucky fan will be able to script the opening drive in the home opener.
Really?
Yeah. Extra chance to win with every new season ticket holder you refer to buying season tickets at How much do you think season tickets are at Akron? They're probably cheap. Don't you think they're probably under $100, right, for the season?
For the season?
You buy an upper level corner seat. You don't care. I'll buy 10. I'll buy 10 to get this chance. Random drawing among season ticket holders. Drawing will be held on August 19th as well. You can script if you get chosen. Script. Now they're gonna be able to oversee it. Obviously,
I would think they're not just going to cold turkey let him walk out on the field or her.
No, I have a feeling you're not even on the sideline. You're during practice week. You're probably scripting the plays, and you could probably be at practice to see how they work out and stuff like that. And usually, the first 10 plays in a game roughly are scripted, usually by offenses, meaning you run those plays no matter what.
Right.
When you go out there, that's why sometimes your offense look disjointed early in the game because you're like, "What are you doing?" But there you go. Akron, University of Akron, Dale. Buy season tickets. You can script the first drive of the game.
Well, I say you buy a couple season tickets to Akron, and then you just, if you don't get drawn, you don't go to a game.
You just don't go to the game. I was telling Ethan, because we saw this morning. Remember when ASU with Dirk Cutter, they played LSU? They played LSU one year. That was when the guy that was a big flop, Jamarcus Russell, was on the LSU team. And ASU did this thing where you couldn't buy LSU game tickets by themselves, but they put them in the season ticket package.
Okay.
And I want to say the season tickets were like $88 for like upper level corner. So I remember distinctly talking to an LSU fan who was from that area, I think from Houston, actually. And a lot of them did this. They bought the season tickets. And even if it was $108, doesn't matter what it was.
Right.
It was cheaper than buying one ticket to watch LSU play in their home stadium. So they would buy ASU season tickets that year and then just not use the tickets. They didn't care. It was cheaper than going and buying a ticket to watch it in Tiger Stadium. So I wonder how many of this, like this would be fascinating. If it's not several, if it's $1,000, that's obviously not a conversation here as well. But I could see a lot of people. I would entertain this to get on that list to try to do that. That'd be fun. Do I have to go to Akron though to work with them on practice? Because then that might be that's Ohio, and smart people don't go into Ohio. Sorry, watchers in Ohio, that we have a bunch of them. I'm just saying. Sorry about that. But this is a fantastic idea right here. I like it. Okay, yeah. Buy now. Football season ticket. Buy now, starting at $75.
I was just looking at season tickets.
I'd spend $150 for a couple tickets for a chance to do this, and then you're not going to be able to resell them either.
Yeah.
But I'd do it. I'd do it in 2 seconds. Akron's got a big stadium right there. Yeah. Section U207, $75, general admission seating. That'd be fun for a chance, and you're helping out a university. That's a fantastic way to get your money up. Because to be serious, and on the serious side of it, if that's something you'd like to try to do, now chances of you getting picked are slim to none. But that's a fantastic way to put that out there and earn
Well,
some
they
revenue.
probably also have a way to go.
Yeah.
Oh,
This guy's in
McCollum,
Phoenix.
or McCollum. He's been lambasting us for years. Screw him.
In Akron. This guy's so annoyed with Akron. Behind the bench, it's $181 to sit on that side.
Ooh.
So on the visitor side, a lot cheaper, $75. So I think it's fantastic. Great, innovative way to bring more money into your program. I think it's fantastic. And it's cheap enough that if you were in the Akron area, you just buy the tickets. Even if you don't go, you waste more than that, people. I mean, you live in Ohio. Come on. What else you got going on? Tire fires?
Wow. You just take shots at everybody.
No, it's Ohio. Come on. You go to the Goodyear factory. Check that out. Watch tires being made. Drive over to Cleveland, the Cleve. Cut down to Ohio State University because there's nothing else there in Columbus to go see.
By the way, since
Blue
you're talking
Jackets.
about that area, the one thing I'm surprised that you have not been all over. The fact that now all the pundits are saying that Big Ten's taking over the SEC.
Well, they've been saying that for a couple of years.
Yeah, but they haven't.
Yeah, they're the last two champions.
Yeah, but they haven't.
Michigan and Ohio State. Yeah, they have. Absolutely they have. Ohio State's your number one team. Did you see the rankings yesterday?
They did not.
Your Ohio State University comes in at number one. But there you go, folks. Sign up for Akron season tickets. You could script the first drive of the game. Wouldn't that be great, though, if the plays just work immensely? Or worse, they just fails miserably. Quarterback gets hurt. Two receivers are out for the season. They tear their knees running your patterns.
What happens if it's the best drive of the season?
Yeah, that'll say. So you might end up the head coach of Akron. After the season, they're like, who's that person that scripted those first plays? Let's get them in here. I think it's a great way to raise money. It's an innovative way to raise money. Now, a school like Akron, I like doing that. Like I said, when ASU did that gimmick, it was kind of embarrassing because LSU people were like, oh, we just bought season ticket. And then half the stadium was empty the rest of the year because they just ate the cost of the tickets, right? It was kind of embarrassing, to look at that side of it as well. But we do have the coaches pullout as of yesterday in the college football world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not see this.
I didn't give the graphic to Ethan here. That was my fault out there. But Ohio State's number one. This is interesting to me going into this season. Oregon's number two. Ohio State, by the way, 38 first place votes. Oregon's number two, sixth place first place votes.
Okay.
Then you got Georgia, 7 first place votes. What team haven't I mentioned that has huge expectations this year? With a very popular last name as a quarterback.
ASU.
I'm talking about Texas.
Oh.
2 first place votes, and they're ranked 4th right now. Then you got Notre Dame, 5 first place votes, but they're ranked 5th. And then we're not even talking about the defending champions, who, of course, have a new quarterback there this year. They took the Big 12 quarterback that didn't gamble on games. Had no controversy with them at Indiana. Indiana's in the 6th spot. Then you got Miami, with a lot of turnover in Miami as well. Texas A&M in 8th, which Arizona State goes to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's rethink that ASU can probably play with Texas A&M for a bit. Comment I made last week. Let's shelve that for a few. But yeah, Texas A&M at 8 there. Oklahoma 9. Ole Miss 10. Then Alabama, Texas Tech, LSU, USC, BYU 15th. Michigan, Penn State, Tennessee, Washington, and then SMU is ranked 20th, Dale, going to the season.
Not like the old days, Steve.
Then you got Utah, Iowa, Clemson, Houston, and Missouri to wrap up the top 25. Dale, you notice that? Houston's 24th. Utah's 21st. BYU's 15th. Texas Tech is 12th. Some Big 12 schools in that initial ranking.
Yeah, outside the top 10. second seeded conference.
Big 12 dominates that. No, they don't. Because Oklahoma's, I forgot, Oklahoma's in the SEC now.
Yeah.
So Big 10 is Ohio State, Indiana, and that's it in the top 10. SEC is Georgia, Texas, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, and Ole Miss. Well, we got to get a bunch of SEC schools ranked in the top 5. So as you lose to them, you don't drop in the rankings. You actually get stronger in the rankings as time goes on. But there's your initial rankings. I get BYU being good. I really do. But I don't get BYU being so highly thought of that the people are thinking of them this year. I think they're going to be really good. But the people are hyping them up again this year. And that kind of amazes me a little bit.
And Texas Tech's ranked ahead of them?
Yeah, 12th. Yeah. Texas Tech's the favorite of the Big 12 going into this season. But then Houston at 24th. Houston! I don't know enough about Houston from what they did last year. But Houston, 24th? Well, your boy Clemson right there at 23. Dabo Swinney, is it week 1 or week 2 that he's out of the top 25? Which one is that this year for Clemson?
Well, what I was curious about, I've not heard any Arizona school yet.
You also didn't hear Arizona. Yeah, you didn't hear Arizona in that list either. And Arizona's hyped up this year with Fafita coming back.
You're so ridiculous.
I'll say this in college football 27, Fafita threw like 3 interceptions to me the other day when Ethan was playing him. Right directly. You know what? I think he had 5 turnovers, to be honest with you. Yeah, 7. I lost count. He was turning the ball over to me so much. 7 turnovers. I lost count of them. Not a bad omen for Arizona fans out there. But yeah, they're not even on this list. Yeah. Others receiving votes. Arizona does have 50th vote. So if you go by this, top 25, obviously. Louisville's 26, Florida's 27, TCU's 28, Illinois' 29, South Carolina's 30.
Oh, jeez.
Arizona's 31st ranked team in the country right now. Arizona State, by the way, 8 points in this voting as well. So they're in the top 50. You have Virginia, Vanderbilt, Auburn, Georgia Tech, Boise State, who's, by the way, in the Pac-12 this year. Don't forget that. Oklahoma State, UNLV. Well, I'm high on UNLV this year. They're in the Mountain West, but I'm still high on UNLV this year. NC State, Florida State, Virginia Tech, Nebraska, Memphis. Arizona State is ranked 1 spot ahead of James Madison there going into the season. We're ranked, baby.
Now you're talking about ASU and James Madison in the same sentence.
Yeah, ASU plays Hawaii this year, and Hawaii made it with 1 vote, 1 point this year. So you're going to play another ranked team, Dale. 50th ranked team in Hawaii. Start your season.
Is that here or in Hawaii?
It's here. It's after that London trip.
Oh, wow.
It's on that.
Okay.
Baylor, and I think it's Hawaii and then Baylor, if I remember correctly. But there you go. There's, in all seriousness, there's your rankings. Not a surprise. 1,000 SEC schools in there. Half of them won't be in there later on. Just you got to start them off in there. So when they lose, they can be ranked up higher. Oh, but look, they played. Oh, but Ohio State played the 25th ranked Missouri at the time. Anything to do to compete with the Big Ten, I guess, Dale. To compete with the Big Ten championships.
Is this just all SEC sports writers that voted?
Probably. And ESPN members who have to vote for SEC teams since they're in bed with the SEC. Kirk Herbstreit's told to vote for SEC schools. But they're 0-11. South Carolina, I have them as a first place vote. But they're 0-11. It doesn't matter. They're in the SEC. They can beat the other schools.
It really doesn't matter in the SEC because anybody can beat anybody on any given. I remember in the Pac-12 you say that, oh, we just cannibalize each other. Yeah, Washington State just cannibalizes USC. Shut up.
Big Ten's better than the SEC. Been that way for a while. Top to bottom. The worst Big Ten team can just dominate an SEC school.
You're so
Not even
ridiculous.
close.
You're so ridiculous.
Northwestern. Let's go. Northwestern, Georgia. Let's see what happens. I think Northwestern open. I'm kidding there, folks. Settle down. People are like probably flipping out. They don't know. I'm joking. I think Northwestern opens that new stadium this year, so they don't have that construction.
Well,
right there on the water.
I think they're playing at the soccer field.
It was that temporary stadium right off the water. There was a really gorgeous view of it. Let me look that up here. Northwestern. My point is they got some upsets at that temporary stadium.
I think it might be a year from now.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up real quick. I thought it was this year. Let's see here.
That's a pretty big undertaking.
But they're smart kids there at Northwestern. They can figure it out.
They're smart kids, but they still need the physical labor.
Nope, you're right. It's another year because they open up their home schedule. First two non-conference games are going to be played at Northwestern Medicine Field at Martin Stadium. Yeah. So I'm looking at the schedule. I know we're doing promotional stuff there. This is the one that's right off Lake Michigan. It's a gorgeous view and stuff like that. But they play South Dakota State. Don't forget. So here's the thing also. So there's a lot of new teams in the Pac-12. North Dakota State is up into the Division I this year as well. No more Division II.
Really?
Starting this year, yeah. Let's see how they compete with the step up. Now, lower conference, stuff to that effect. It's not like they're going to step in and start playing SEC schools and things like that. But North Dakota State's Division I this year as well. That'd be kind of fun to watch there because they were so dominant at that level.
See, it's always one thing, though, Steve, when you're North Dakota State and you play a Michigan or a Tennessee or
one time
in Alabama 1 week out of the season.
Yeah.
It's a completely different thing if you're playing them 5 times in a year.
Oh, yeah. Well, a lot of like when Utah came into the Pac-12, when that happened, they didn't have the horses to compete with Pac-12 teams because you in the lower conference you get different types of kids there and stuff like that.
Right.
You're absolutely right. But they're playing in they are in the Mountain West. I was going to say Mountain West, but I wasn't sure. Football wise, football only is Mountain West. Everything else is going to be in the Summit League. But in football, they are playing in the Mountain West, so they'll have to play UNLV, or at least in that UNLV conference this year, and stuff like that. So just lots of changes of for schools out there, and I agree with you. Even stepping up to the Mountain West, you're stepping up in speed, size, and that stuff to compete at that level. So, but I'm fascinated to see how they'll compete against them. And how fast they can be, if they can, but how fast they can become competitive.
Well, here's the thing, and you guys, you ASU fans, saw it here up close and personal when.
Is this a Dirk Cutter story?
Yeah, when Dirk Cutter came here
from Boise State.
Yeah, I mean you could get different kids that go to Boise State than you could that are going to go to Washington.
Yeah, and Dirk Cutter's problem was he kept recruiting Boise State kids here.
Yes.
Yeah. And they got physically dominated when he was here because there was an obvious disadvantage between it. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, just imagine recruiting to North Dakota State. I can go to Las Vegas with UNLV or North Dakota State, huh?
How much do I want to win, Steve?
It's like, ooh, ouch. Kind of a big deal. So, Pac-12, big changes here this year as well. I think the biggest thing for me with the Pac-12 is just schools like UNLV. I think it was UNLV, and I want to say Wyoming stayed behind. Maybe Wyoming went to the Pac-12. I forget what it is now.
Wyoming was never in the Pac-12.
No. But did they move from the Mountain West? I don't think they did. But UNLV did not. They stayed in the Mountain West. So Gonzaga for basketball is now in the Pac-12. You got Boise State, Colorado State, San Jose State, Gonzaga for basketball. Of course, Oregon State and Washington State are still in there. Utah State moved. Texas State moved into the Pac-12, and San Diego State's in the Pac-12 now as well.
Where's Grand Canyon going to be?
Still in the mountain. Well, football-wise, they're not there, but still in the Mountain West for basketball. So it's your Pac-12 schools now, which I think UNLV and Wyoming made a colossal mistake not making the jump to the Pac-12 and stepping up. We'll see. I'm high on UNLV this year, though. I think they're going to do good. But it's college football season. ASU's at Campdale right now.
Are they in camp or they? No, I think they opened today.
Today's when they're opening. Yeah.
But they open up here, then go to Tonazono?
Yeah, it's like the last thing you do. You go to Tonazono for a week now. It used to be you went to Tonazono for like a month or 3 weeks or whatever. Now you go up there for a week, and then you come back.
You going
down.
up there?
No, I've been over there. I'm not walking a mile and a half. Well, there's trams you can take. Okay, me and thousands of my other friends, ASU friends, taking that tram up that hill. No, I'm not going.
A chance to get to know people.
I don't want to get to know people.
They're your brethren.
Okay. I don't talk to my real brother. Why do I want to talk to ASU brother?
Well, you don't talk to your brothers. I thought you talked to your.
What'd you say, Ethan? Oh yeah, I know. Ethan's like, we got to go up there and talk to the players and do all that stuff.
I used to get a parking pass. You can't get a parking pass?
You know what? I don't know. Do they get parking pass immediately?
Well, they did.
I never looked into it. I had no desire to go up there. Part of the reason I don't have a desire to go up there was we used to have a family cabin up there. We don't anymore. But we used to have a family cabin up there, like 15 miles past it. And it was always like, I'm just going to go to the family cabin instead of going to Tonazono. Who cares? I'll see him playing football in a month. It's like Cardinals practice. People are like, why don't you go to more Cardinals practices? Because it's boring. And who wants to go to Glendale for that? I'll literally see the Cardinals playing, Dale, in less than a month. I'll be sitting there watching them start 0-11 or whatever it's going to be. Michael Bidwell not talking to the media or anybody, hiding like he does.
Not with Carson Beck.
Come on back, folks. Main event continues.
Tomorrow.
Oh, made me look at the clock. And we're back here. Main event, having some fun on this Wednesday. A little looser of a show here today as we're just having the fun out there as well. So, by the way, the last 5 home games for 2026 for the Northwestern Wildcats are going to happen at the new Ryan Field. So it's going to open this year, but not to begin the season. They'll still be at that old field, but their last 5 home games will be at the new Ryan Field there in Northwestern as well. So the inaugural game, how about this? Normally you want your first game to be like a homecoming type game, you know? Their first game hosting Penn State on Friday, October 2nd. They're opening up the new stadium. Good luck to you.
On a Friday.
Friday on top of it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, right? Especially, I know they don't consider themselves in Chicago, you know, but yeah, I mean, right there in Chicago, good luck with that traffic getting in there. And here's the other side of it. You could have a really bad record at that point, so who's going to want to show up?
Well, it's Northwestern. You're used to having a bad record.
Who's throwing shots now? This weekend. Not this weekend. Tomorrow night, Cardinals.
Yes.
Hall of Fame game. Carson Beck went to the podium this morning. Couldn't pull the video here, but he said this morning, this one was yesterday. He said he had no clue he would end up being the Hall of Fame game starter. But he's excited for the opportunity. So they asked him, I think it was Tyler Drake with 98.7. He said, "Are you nervous for this start?" Carson Beck said, "Last time I was nervous, I was 8 years old." You believe that, Dale?
No.
Because your first NFL start, I don't care who you are, you got to be a little bit nervous, even if it's a preseason game. Because it's different. The speed, even though you're still playing football out there, I'm sorry, you're going to have some nerves going into that.
No, there's no doubt about it. And that again, what's this supposed to say? Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be shaking in my boots.
Not going to be able to sleep tonight. Good thing we're practicing in pads in the morning so I can sleep on the plane. He is a cool guy, though. He's been in big situations.
I mean, did he get nervous starting his 9th year at Georgia or wherever he was Miami last time? Or probably not. If he wasn't nervous going to the championship game last year, he's lying.
Yeah. I agree with that.
He's lying.
I don't care how many games you play.
I mean, I was told as a young player, the day that you stop getting butterflies for a game, you probably should hang it up because
I would agree
it's
with
not
that.
exciting to you
Yeah, because
anymore.
I go through that even here. Like I've been doing this since 2020, so 6 years doing this type of work. And, sometimes right before the microphone goes on, I'm like, whew, take a deep breath. Let's go. Not that I'm nervous, but you're like, all right, what do we got on the slate? How's it going to go? You're running all that through your mind. It just happens.
Right.
It just happens going out there as well. But Carson Beck said that. LaFleur today. And then, like I said, I don't care what you say. It's weird to me. It's weird.
So stupid.
Carson Beck isn't announced by the head coach, but Love not playing tomorrow night is announced by the head coach. It's weird, man. It doesn't happen. Doesn't happen.
Yes, it does.
And what was the thought process where LaFleur needed an extra day 2 days ago to decide who was starting
Make sure
quarterback?
he could throw that quick out, Steve. Make sure the ball came out on time.
Yeah, did they go to practice on Tuesday and he went, you know what? Beck practiced well today. He deserves to start. What?
I would imagine that he had planned on him starting.
Just couldn't announce it on Tuesday?
Yeah, who cares?
He wanted the Panthers to guess.
Who cares?
He didn't want the Panthers to scheme for Carson
It's
Beck.
not like you're rolling around in your big, oversized king bed at night going, "Oh my God, who's going to start for the?"
Oh my God, you've been in my room with my giant bed.
Ethan told me, yeah.
Did he tell you about the people that fanned me throughout the night with the big palm trees? And every once in a while I go, "Great," and they toss one my way.
All I know is that the odd thing about this whole week is that they're practicing full pads today.
Yeah, and then on a plane.
So that means that's telling me that the top 30 guys are not playing tomorrow.
I'm not
night.
surprised Love's not playing. Let's put it that way.
Right.
But you do want to see, because this game's treated differently. Even though you go into camp early, you have one extra preseason game these days, right?
Yes.
And even back then, you had an extra one. Like it was 5 before when there was 4.
Yes.
So this one's treated differently every time, and you normally don't get those guys playing, which means it's going to be Carson Beck, and then Slovis will be, the guy that gets into this game later on in the game and stuff like that. I'm not surprised Love's not playing in this. Do I want to see Love in the preseason? Yes. Do you want to see Marv in the preseason? Hell yes. But next game's okay. For a quarter or first quarter, or several snaps, stuff like that. Because you want to see those guys out there get into the rhythm and stuff like that. I do find it interesting because I'm afraid LaFleur, I've said it multiple times, he's a player's coach. And I'm afraid he's going to go toward the soft end of coaching. Kind of like Cliff Kingsbury. Or, dare I say this, his old coach over there at the Rams, Sean McVay. Nobody plays in the preseason for the Rams. They don't even suit up. None of that stuff. And it's successful for the Rams. It doesn't work out for the Cardinals. And I was worried that he's going to be on that softer side and be more like Cliff Kingsbury than like a Jonathan. Well, Jonathan Gannon was pretty soft on him too and that and stuff. But practicing full pads today tells me maybe he's going to pick and choose when he's soft on him. And I like that aspect of it. I like that aspect.
I'm just trying to figure it out the day before. Like I could fully understand a full pad practice yesterday.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this, since I agree with you, it's confounding. I mean, there's going to be no work for the starters tomorrow in Ohio,
and
right?
again, maybe that's it because they are just definitely not going to play. So they're going to be off all day tomorrow, all day Friday because you come back really late and then probably practice Saturday. So in that sense, it does make sense. But yet you still got guys who are going to play tomorrow night.
That are hitting today.
Who are in full pads today.
Yeah, but isn't the thought process there? Get them ready for the game. And these are guys, let's face it, the guys playing tomorrow night, Dale, I know you make fun of me for saying this. The guys playing tomorrow night are guys, most of them are probably not making this team. Same thing with Carolina. Most of them are probably those fringe guys. A few will get into it for special teams, but most of them will not. So don't do that hard practice. See what they're made of. See if somebody can impress you a little bit, with their tenacity.
Yeah, but don't
they're not whining about it
again,
and stuff like that.
Here's my thought process, Steve, because I've coached guys like this. I've played with guys like this. they're just not practice players. They kind of go through the motions and practice, and then all of a sudden the lights come on,
Yeah.
and they turn it up a notch.
Yeah.
Don't you want to see the bottom 40 guys, of which you have to keep a few of them?
Mm-hmm.
Don't you want to see them at their best?
Are you saying hitting this morning is not going to have them at their best tomorrow?
No,
on the
that
first
is,
game?
but
If this was week 12, I'd agree with you.
no. Well, when's the last time any college or NFL team has ever hit the day before a game? You just
doesn't
don't
happen.
do it.
Doesn't happen.
You just.
But that's why I'm confounded by this. That's
Right.
That's why it's confusing.
Unless they just know these 40 guys suck.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. Is just another opportunity for these guys to prove themselves, kind of a deal. And it's not just a baby walkthrough. Like maybe let's say there's 20 guys that are going to play tomorrow night that they're looking at going, okay, these guys could be special teamers. We might be able to find spots for them or what. 20 is probably too high, but let's just throw out a 20 number. And they go, but doing a shells walkthrough isn't going to tell us anything. Let's have them hit the day before. Then they get into the game on top of it. Because like you said, they're in the best shape they're going to be in. Now, a lot of them are dinged up already with the hitting and stuff. But they're in the best shape that they're going to be in all season. So they can handle today, getting on a plane, hitting tomorrow night and stuff like that. Maybe it's a way to see if who can step up in that position and maybe make this team. I mean, there's guys like BJ Ojularo. He's questionable to make this team. Do you see him tomorrow night?
Well, I think you can see anybody who's questionable, but
Robinson's playing for his spot with injuries and stuff like that. Are we going to see him more in this preseason coming up?
Here's the other thing I gotta be thinking on my mind. Okay, if you're going full pass today, maybe it is going to be the majority of the ones and guys who've made the team to get a crisp, hard hitting practice in. And some of those guys who are going to be playing tomorrow night are not involved as much today. Because again,
that could be too, because we don't know the whole team's doing it. You're right,
right? Yeah. And again, maybe it's 2 series for the ones and 1 series for the 2.
Because when they come back, it's the red and white scrimmage on Sunday, I believe.
So they're not going to hit from today until Sunday.
That's why I'm thinking he's doing it today.
Yeah.
Because like I said, tonight when you land or tomorrow, it's just a walkthrough before the game. You're not going to be out there running routes and stuff like that, minimal stuff. So that's the thing. You're not going to go from today and then Saturday. You're not going to have them hit Saturday with red and white game because red and white game is like live action. It's not a game. It's game close to game conditions you can get without being in a game, but it's still a glorified practice. You're not going to go from today, nothing Saturday, a little bit, and then Sunday just open it up. To me, that sounds even worse. Which brings me to my next point.
Uh-oh.
What is happening with ACLs, man? Every year we talk about this. Non-contact. The Atlanta Falcons, Jalen Walker missed the whole season with an ACL injury. We've seen ACL scares this year, definitely.
Yeah.
But we've seen some ACLs, some Achilles go out. We've seen some Achilles scares. We've seen some ACL scares. Now we're getting all these guys missing camp and stuff like that. I get it, Dale. Guys are bigger and stronger and faster than they've ever been. And like you've always said, fat doesn't pull, right? And guys are coming into camp in bigger shape, muscular, been working out with the weights, etc. But they've got to figure something out to where guys can have their bodies in shape to hit. Because I should sit down and try to look at this. I don't even know how to do it. I don't think you see too many ACL and Achilles tears later in the season. They happen. Don't get me wrong. OBJ had one a couple years ago. One of the Cardinals players that I'm forgetting his name had one late last year. So you do see them as the season goes on, but the majority of them are training camp, beginning of the season type injuries out there. Just doesn't the end up, not that you're intimate with the Players Association, you just want them to keep taking care of you, and allowing that check to come through. But at some point, aren't you? Or do they just not care about injuries? They're less concerned about injuries than they are getting guys out there to play and more people on the rosters.
Well, my thought process on these tendon tears, the fact that there's all this medical marvelness coming up with how you can get stronger and bigger and faster and all that. Your biceps, triceps can get huge and so strong, but guess what? Your elbow tendons, your shoulder tendons, there has been no known course to man to strengthen those. And so you still have you have tendons that can support a 450-pound bench press, but now these guys are bench pressing 600. Or your quad and your hammy and your calves, you still have the same ACL that you did from 1960.
Yes.
You know, and it's holding so much more force in there. And they got to figure out a way to strengthen the tendons because you're right.
You think that's the way to go? Work on that medical marvel more so than figuring out how to prepare the body for the cuts and the hits?
Well, see, I think these guys do that in the offseason. I think they're cutting and moving and whatever. But if you get just dinged on the side, and again,
because it's a lot of non-contact injuries.
Now, the other thing is, I'm going to tell you this: it's not the most aesthetic-looking thing. I used to wear knee braces.
Yeah,
all the way up until like my last 2 years in the NFL, when I was just basically snapping or having to play, a quarter here or there.
If somebody get injured, you get mad because you have to go in the game.
Like,
Hell, get in there! What?
Are you kidding me?
Where's my helmet?
But I had the old-fashioned knee braces to where you had a strap around your thigh, strap around your calf, and steel bars.
Yeah, I remember those.
And no less than 2 occasions did I come in after a game, take my knee braces off, and the steel bars were bent. Talk about steel bars.
Yeah. So the ones going down the side were bent.
Yeah. So if your knee took that shot, that's a couple ligaments.
Yeah. Stretching them out.
But nobody wants to wear that because it doesn't look cool.
That is true. All that stuff's gone now with guys.
Yeah, they wear no pads.
Yeah, they don't even wear like those shoulder things to protect your shoulders and stuff anymore.
It's funny because aesthetics are more important.
Well, so we're talking about this for preseason, and Cardinals practicing this morning. They're on the field right now, getting on a plane. Hall of Fame game tomorrow night. So we're discussing that. Then I see this. We know already San Francisco 49ers are going to arrive basically a week before their Australia game in week 1. San Francisco is already planning to arrive a week early. Players, coaches can adjust to the time difference. The weather there, it's drier. It's humid there where they're playing. It's drier in terms of different humidity than they're used to in San Francisco. Let's put it that way. Now the Rams have announced they're going to go to Australia the day before the game. They're going to land the day before, just like a normal travel schedule. Like if you're going to New York, you show up Saturday, you're playing Sunday, you're flying out Sunday night. They're doing this, the Rams are, for their game in Australia, the day before that game in week 1.
It'll be interesting to keep an eye on that because I distinctly remember when I was in Buffalo, almost every year we had to play at Seattle for whatever reason. And they tried every which way. We went in on a Thursday for a Sunday game. We flew in on a Saturday, got in late Saturday night, get up Sunday morning with the thought being, you get the game in before jet lag sets in.
Exactly, yeah.
And
but I know, like the Giants, when Fossil was their head coach, and I worked in that hotel, and all you football teams would stay there. Like the East Coast teams, they'd come in on Friday, and so that way they'd go out Friday night, do whatever. Saturday was the business day, but they'd be there Friday. I'm assuming for timing and weather and stuff like that effect to get out here and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean. A day before, that's what, from LA, that's a 14-hour flight, whatever it is, on a plane, no less. You're gonna be drinking water galore, snacking galore. You got to keep the weight on.
Well, I don't know. We again, my personal situation, we played in a World Bowl game in Japan, Tokyo, when I was in Dallas. We did a couple of them. One we went over 4 or 5 days before, enjoyed it, did the sightseeing and things like that. And another one we flew in the day before. and the big names had to do their press conference, all that. You went straight to the hotel.
Yeah.
You went to sleep. Got up the next morning. You played the game. Boom! You're on a plane coming back. Everybody's trying to find different ways.
Everybody has different. It's the same thing like bye weeks. Some coaches are like, take the whole week off.
Yeah.
Some coaches are like, nope, you're gonna have Saturday and Sunday off, and then we're back on Monday. You're working Friday and then Monday because they don't want you to have that free time.
But we used to get so mad in Dallas because they'd be like, we can't give you more than 2 days off. It's like, why? You think we're gonna forget how to block power?
Yeah, all of a sudden, no, they're afraid you're gonna go either get in trouble or go get fat and lazy. You're on the couch eating bonbons all week and everything like that. So it is something to watch. Now, the problem is it's week 1. The other thing that surprises me about this, Dale, is you're going to Australia for the first time. You would think there'd be press conferences throughout the week. You think there'd be events the players would have to go to kind of drum up interest and get the NFL kind of, I want to watch the NFL because they were here all season. Well, obviously, there's no plans on that if the Rams are showing up a day before.
Well, what's also interesting about that is that's a commitment from your owner. Say, okay, I don't know, hotel room's probably going to cost $500 a night, something like that.
You don't think the NFL helps out for these guys when they have to travel international? And stuff
I would
like that?
think.
I would argue that. I would argue they get a stipend or something.
But what I was going to say is the fact that what's fascinating to me is this is a regular season game. It counts.
Yes. First one. Yeah.
That's different than
second one.
Flying to Australia or Germany or London or whatever for a preseason game.
Yes.
To where, there's 30 guys who are playing in that game
and
who are fighting for their lives.
And it's week 1 against a division opponent that you're supposedly going to be competing against. Not just to win the division, but playoff seeding and stuff like that. This isn't just let's go down there, have some fun, win or lose, we come back, we'll figure it out afterwards. This is a high-profile game.
Won't it be kind of interesting, though? It'd be a great measuring stick. Because if the Rams go the day before, they play a football game and they win, and San Francisco's sluggish.
Oh, it'll.
Then they change.
I think the winner of that game. To be honest with you, I'm thinking the winner of that game is going to be catapulted out at the beginning of the season.
No, what I'm saying, though, is
you're talking about the
a preparation for it and going, okay.
Yeah, if the Niners are there a week and they look like garbage.
Yes.
That would shock me. But are they going to have more distractions? Are they going to have on Tuesday, right, their day off? Are they going to, let's go see the opera house and they're sightseeing, and they're not doing what you normally do on off days. I know it's the first part of the season and stuff like that. So you're out sightseeing and stuff. You're distracted from that side. And whereas the Rams are in LA.
Oh, you're bringing families.
Focusing and stuff like that. Yeah,
you're bringing families.
It's going to be fascinating.
Kids coming, all
that
stuff.
I just would have thought the NFL had stuff for them to do throughout the week to promote the game.
Appearances, yeah.
Why is that not happening, right? Really quick before we take off here on this Wednesday, just having some fun here today. Don't forget Uncle Lou coming in tomorrow as well. But in the IFL circle of things, of course, we talked Rattlers do. They're having to move their practice. I saw over to the Madhouse on McDowell this week because of a monster truck rally or something this weekend out of the Desert Diamonds. So, Dale, it's a distraction for the Rattlers.
Well, I guess
leading into this game against San Diego,
they don't host a home game.
Well, that's the thing. They wouldn't be able to have one, or it'd have to be Monday or something, because of that happening all weekend there as well. They go to San Diego this weekend, but I just want to let everybody know here, defensive back McKee Sr., who we met him earlier this year in the press conference, super nice guy. Call DCS. They were 2 of 4 defensive backs named to the all rookie team is the official wording on that in the IFL. So they're on there, and also Matthew Cook, their place kicker, made the all rookie team as well for your Arizona Rattlers.
So what time you need to leave and to head over to watch the game?
On Sunday at 4:30.
You're home by 11.
Yeah, but you drive out that morning and drive out Saturday. I know.
Yeah, drive.
Why do you put that? Why do you put that into the universe? Yeah, Ethan's busy. Autumn though goes, what time are we leaving to go to that game? She did say that over the weekend. Yeah.
I'd spend some time on the beach and then go to the game and then come home and Don't have to worry about Ethan. And
That is true. I'd rather go to San Diego. It's not San Diego, though. It's way up in Carlsbad. So it's
It's
basically
pretty area.
LA. But yeah, I'd rather go to San Diego, that area, than I would Vegas, to be honest with you. I'm so Vegas is out. Vegas it out with stuff out there. So 3 guys made the all team there, rookie team here for the Rattlers. So I just wanted to mention that as well.
Do they have any guys capable of making first team all league, or I'm not following enough?
You know what? I follow the league, but I don't go into stats that well. So I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
Do they have a couple guys? Yes. Probably, like Arnold Bruce, the 4th. He's probably got a chance. He's receiver, number 10, really good.
What do you do while you're at the game?
I chart the games, watch, but I know game stats. I don't know. I don't chart and pay attention to the Green Bay Blizzards stats and stuff like that. I know their quarterback's really good. I know they have a couple really good receivers, but I'm not sitting there going, "Oh, he threw for 7,000 yards." I'm not. No, that space is reserved for NFL talk, not for that.
All right, so tomorrow all day long, Larry Fitzgerald, Arizona Cardinals, even though Larry doesn't
Friday
go
would be
Saturday.
more. Yeah, it'll be Saturday. It'd be more Friday for Larry and stuff like that. Those stories that Bruce told us yesterday were great. I'm gonna cut those out a little bit and put those up as shorts so people can see all of those stories out there that Bruce Cooper told us yesterday about the man, the myth, the legend, Larry Fitzgerald. The thing, okay, and this is gonna sound bad, and I totally don't mean it to, but his dad, he was known as a stickler. Let's put it that way. Larry's the salt of the earth. Larry's raised his kids to be salt of the earth out there. And it is amazing how the dichotomy, splits through. I'm not saying his dad was a bad person. It's just he let his opinions be known and stuff like that. Whereas Larry's just quiet, wants to be kind of in the background and stuff. Larry's kids are that way. Like, when was the last time you heard his kid who's going to Notre Dame this year from Brophy? When was the last time if he came in here right now and started talking, you wouldn't know who he was?
Well, I would, because I'm intelligent.
You've seen him talk publicly? Oh, you probably get phone calls from him?
Maybe not.
That's my point. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him speak publicly. So you wouldn't recognize it. It's just that's the type of guy, Larry Fitzgerald is, with the way he's raised as kids and all of that stuff, and and everything. It's just fantastic, man. If Cardinals finally get somebody in, like we have Kurt Warner got in, he was here obviously for a few years, but this is our guy. Ethan was looking at the list of here's why I'm talking about this. Ethan was looking at the list of Cardinals in the Hall of Fame, and he's like, "Who's Dick Night Train? Whatever. Who's this guy?"
That's your buddy Dobson.
They're all from the Chicago era of the Cardinals, unless it's Pat Tillman, and he's in for other reasons.
We got that. Aeneas Williams.
Aeneas Williams was my time frame, but Ethan wouldn't know who Aeneas Williams is. But that's what I'm saying. It's Ethan literally is like asking me these names of these people, and then he looks it up, and he's like, "Oh, he played for the Chicago Bears in 1919."
Dan Deerdorf.
Dan Deerdorf, was he in the league when you made it in, or was he already gone? But he was late 70s.
Yeah,
I couldn't remember if he made it into the 80s. Or
he might have
not.
been 80, 81.
Early on. But yeah, and it's just so, for us is all the suffering Cardinals fans go through, the headaches we go through with the ownership, how they treat your season ticket holders. Like the amount of people that sent me the Raiders gift that the Raiders sent out to their team. The Raiders do a fantastic job. So the Cardinals, it used to be the Cardinals would send you this box, and you'd be excited to open it up. There'd be some, I'm going to call it a poster, but like some trinket in there that you could put up. I have them all still. And then over the years, it turned to a clear bag one year. Hey, we gave you a clear bag. Like I tell the famous story where it was Vanden Bosch, David Boston, Jake Plummer, and I forget the 4th jersey you could get, out there. But it wasn't somebody that, ended up, going to the Hall of Fame or nothing. And I went David Boston because I was like, David Boston's the one that could be a legend for the Cardinals after his rookie year, Dale. And then I signed up for that one. Then he goes and shows up to camp with giant, couldn't get his arms in front of him, and nipple rings and all of that stuff. And I'm like, I've made a horrible mistake. That's the stuff they used to do. Now, I think they kick you in the balls when they send you your tickets online. I think that's what the Cardinals do to you.
Make sure your card works.
And it's just, I know somebody that has Sun season tickets, and they have seats really close to the floor. They got a jacket. Now, the jacket was ugly. I wouldn't wear it.
Right.
But they got a nice jacket from the Phoenix Suns with their tickets renewals.
It's a thought.
Exactly. Like even if it's a stupid, I remember one time the Cardinals gave me this wood thing, and it was like Arizona Cardinals made out of wood, and it looked like it was made in China. Just cheesy little thing. But I appreciated the gesture. Like, oh, this is cool. Like, I can put this up someplace, or, it's just nice to have. It's like you said, it's the gesture.
Right.
And now you get nothing. Nothing from them. Not even here's a brochure for a free new Cardinals hat for you this year.
And
go get a hat at our team shop.
And the price keeps going up.
And it raises it. They take your benefits away. Remember, I had all these benefits a few years ago, all gone now. You're lucky to get in the stadium anymore with how many times they have to check your ticket and make sure you belong there, and and everything. And it's just like literally they did the draft, and then they did the draft. The schedule release came out, and I got an email from the Cardinals. Your tickets are live in your app. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
You're telling me since you don't have that gift card anymore, that if you ever invite Brooke or I to a game again, you're not going to hand me a card and say, hey.
Eat before you show up. I'll tell you this. If you guys show up, I'll buy you a box of nachos. Which doesn't sound like it's a good thing.
I know.
Like you're knocking, but I'm telling you, folks, I'll buy you guys a box of nachos.
It might be the best deal going there.
It's by far. It's way. I shouldn't even say that, but it's way underpriced for what you get.
Oh,
it's way underpriced. $20. Where can you eat a giant box of pizza box nachos for whatever it is, $22 or $20 or whatever? You can't. Now they skimped on the toppings last year. Before it was like a lot of turkey or a lot of prime rib and a lot of cheese, and last year it was like, you want double meat? And then they charge you more. And I'm like, why don't you just give me a normal amount of meat instead of
a normal amount of single meat?
Yes, exactly. So they did start to skimp on that side of it, but the amount of people that tagged me yesterday with the Raiders, they had Raiders playing cards in there. It's this fancy box you open up. Cardinals used to do that stuff. They haven't done it in years, and it just goes to the side of it of the Cardinals just don't care. He's cashing a $400 million check from the networks that covers all of his expenses. They don't care if you show up or not.
Yep.
Bottom line, folks. And that's just another entity from that side. So, and it's sad to see, Dale. The Suns, these people, like I said, it's an ugly jacket in my opinion. I wouldn't wear this jacket, but you could tell the Suns put some thought into this Suns jacket. I'll have to see if I get a picture of it and I show you guys it. It's not bad. It's just something I wouldn't wear. And it's the thought. If I got that jacket, sure, it would hang in my closet for 100 years and Autumn would probably wear it, type of a thing. But it's like you said, it's just we're spending thousands of dollars with you. You're not taking advantage of it. Whereas with the Cardinals, you just feel like I said, I'm pretty sure the tickets went live and they kicked me in the nuts.
And another quick example, the Raiders know we got to go. Me and John Giesick in Vegas later this month.
Ooh.
Raiders invited all former alumni. What years did you play with the Raiders?
Did I not get that email?
What years?
Well, let me ask you this. What year did you play for the Raiders?
Well, they paid me for a year to not play.
I was injured that year, folks. I know.
But they're putting us up.
You and I have played the same amount of games for the Raiders. I'm just going to point that out.
Well, I did a couple preseason games.
Let me guess here. On the Vegas Strip, they're either putting you up at the Wynn or the one with the fountains.
No, it's the. I can come up with it, but it's
a nicer hotel.
Yes, nicer hotel.
You're not staying at MGM Grand or Luxor.
a welcome party. I think it's Thursday. Welcome party Thursday night. Food, drinks, all that stuff. Game on Friday. Ticket in the suite. Some activities and festivities there.
Wait, the game's Friday?
I think it's Friday.
Really? That must be a holiday game, or
it's a preseason game.
Oh, preseason. Okay. Oh, yeah. Well,
it's the last preseason game.
Yeah.
And then Saturday, if you want to hang around for Saturday night, they a suite at the Aces WNBA game, and then come on Sunday.
And Mark Davis owns the Aces.
Yeah.
So,
but just the thought of that.
Yeah. Well, you talk about Baltimore all the time. You played what, 4 games with Baltimore?
Yeah, 3,
and they send you stuff every year.
Yes.
And you always take it to John's house when I'm the Ravens fan. I don't understand that. And then I'm getting my shot in there early for this year's gifts, folks. And and they send you stuff. You can go to a Ravens game. Like I've talked to you about that. Like I'll pay for your plane ticket. Let's go to a Ravens game.
Right.
And stuff like that. They do all that stuff, and then the Cardinals.
Cowboys don't do that.
No, Cowboys got really stingy. I just remember 3 years ago what you went through for you and your family to go back to that one game, and even the alumni, and they were like one guest,
right?
And some of the players needed more than one guest because they can't get around, and we told that story before. But yeah, these teams are changing, and they don't care. Let's put it that way, and it's sad. So it's good to see. The Raiders, and look, the Raiders don't need to do that. Most of their season tickets are casinos.
Yes.
Who are giving the tickets away to high rollers and stuff like that. The Raiders don't need to treat their people like that, and they're doing it.
Right.
And the Cardinals
it's costing Mark Davis money, and he's one of the more cash-poor owners in the National Football League. And
I don't know if that's the case anymore.
I put him definitely between 16 and 30.
Yeah, but I mean, he's second half, but he's not like he was before where he couldn't sign big-name guy. He got rid of Khalil Mack because he couldn't afford his signing bonus amount. So he traded him to, what was it, the Bears? Only because he couldn't afford the $60 million or whatever guaranteed money, because you have to put that into an escrow account.
Right.
And he couldn't afford that. This was before they moved into the Vegas Stadium. He couldn't afford that amount. So he traded him instead of signing him, let a face of that franchise go away because of that. He's not in that position anymore. Let's put it that way. Folks, Wednesday edition is done here as well. Appreciate you joining us. Share us with your friends. We're going to be on demand here shortly as well. Robert says, isn't that like an 18-hour flight? Of course, meaning Australia. Yes. From LA? Yes. It's long as well.
I think it's longer than that.
Robert says the chocolate chip cookie. Yeah, I love it. I love it on that level. Dale, I'll buy you a box of nachos and a chocolate chip cookie for you guys.
Go ahead.
If you come to a game. Because last year I invited you multiple times. It's like my house. You just don't want to show up for it. You and Brooke, look at the schedule and you tell me what game you want to go to. And let me know. 2 tickets for you. I knew he was going to do that. Folks, he sent Brooke to the hospital to avoid SummerSlam. What do you think he's going to do for a Cardinals? For Dale Hellerstrom, I'm Stephen McCollum. See you tomorrow, everybody.